Your Honor, it's not eugenics. It's called min-maxing, okay? You're just not a gamer, alright? Give me a gamer jury. They'll understand. Alrighty. Nice. Heavy stubborn knife again, just because I don't feel like changing it up, and I like it. You know, I've learned more about the Twisted Metal games in the past 2 days than I have in my entire life because my YouTube Shorts feed is nothing but like Twisted Metal lore. Like character endings, character motivations, character deaths, character like happy endings, quote unquote, in the Twisted Metal games. The cars they drove, like the I didn't even know there were so many Twisted Metal games, let alone one that's like RC cars, you know? That's crazy. It just I don't know what could have prompted. Maybe it's because I think it's because I watched an Transformers like video essay, and I think Transformers Optimus Prime's a truck racing game, Twisted Metal. I don't know. I know Twisted Metal isn't technically a racing game. It's a PvP game as far as I know, or like a PvE game. I don't know if it's multiplayer or not.
Oh, you are spoiling us. What a treat this mission
Ugh.
already become.
You know, I had a funny interaction at McDonald's today because sometimes I get the McDonald's breakfast, especially if I'm trying to save money, because it's a cheap breakfast that's like pretty tasty. Nutritional, not really. Tasty, yes. So that's all that matters. And I'm wearing I'm wearing a shirt that says "Protect Trans Kids." It's a red shirt that I wear to work sometimes. It says "Protect Trans Kids" and the trans pride flag colors. And I was wearing it, and you know, I wear it loud and proud. I live in a very like conservative-ish area, but also it's an area where no one gives a fuck about what other people wear, so usually it's not an issue. And if it is, I'm a very large guy, so I'm not worried about confrontation really. And I'll debate anyone. I'll debate any idiot about anything pretty much. But I won't debate anyone. That's an oxymoron. Not an oxymoron, but you know what I mean. So I'm wearing my shirt. I'm ordering my 2 McGriddles for $3 because I love me some McGriddles. I get a chicken one and a sausage one every time, just so I have a little variety. And this old guy, I notice him as I'm at like the digital terminal to order, since God forbid waiting in line at the register. He's giving me the stink eye, you know, and like probably reading my shirts. And I'm waiting for my order. I'm kind of standing by the door, not really though, not like in the way. This guy gets up as he's getting to leave, and he purposely like goes in the way where I would have to move and says, "Excuse me." I'm like, "Oh, my bad." And then like I saw he had a cane. I was like, "Oh, maybe you know he has a cane. I'll just move, whatever." And he's like, "Yep." He reads my shit like, "Trans kids, sheesh," and that like very like derogatory tone. So I just smile at him and I say, "Yeah, they exist." And he leaves, and his wife gives me that smile of like, I've been married to this guy for far too long, and it's just that sometimes I have to just let these things go. And he's like, "Sorry," and she said, quote unquote, "Sorry, he's a grouch." Like with that smile of like, I'm sorry that he did that, you know? I've given that smile to some people about my mom sometimes, and she can be a bit schwacky. You know, that kind of like, I'm sorry for the way my relative has acted in front of you. And it was very, very like heartwarming. In a weird way, it was heartwarming. I mean, like, fuck that old guy for his stupid ass opinions, but also he was like ancient, so you know, I don't expect to change his opinion anytime soon, nor was I in the debate. I just smiled at him and said, "Yeah, they exist, have a good day," you know, basically. And I got the apology from his wife calling him a grouch, and I found that very funny. What the fuck was that? I mean, but that was the first time I've ever gotten anyone mentioning my trans protect trans kids shirt in a negative way. Usually it's always like, "Oh, I like your shirt," and you know, like I have some trans coworkers that really like the shirt, so I bought it off Redbubble. I would wear it more, but it's shrunk in a wash, and it's like I don't really like wearing it unless I can wear an undershirt, but it's too hot. But I just wore my pants a little higher than usual. Mostly because I need to do laundry. Although I would wear it normally. I gotta order a new one though, because this one is shrinking. It's not 100% cotton, so I don't know how it's shrinking, but it is shrinking. And it's a bit annoying. The thing is with trans, not just trans, but pride shirts, is that some of them are ugly as sin, you know? So just finding one that looks nice, doesn't look like too goofy. There's a poxburster coming up at us. Ooh. I bought a window fan today because it's a window that you put in a fan. It's double bladed, so it's supposed to suck hot air in and blow in fresh air. And it won't be cold air because it's still like 100 degrees out, but it will be nice to have another source of, like, if anything, just to suck the hot air out of my room, since my room is disconnected from the, like, not super connected to the main room, which has the swamp cooler. The AC in this house doesn't really work, so we have a swamp cooler. Swamp coolers are great, though. I like swamp coolers a lot. If you don't know what swamp cooler it is, it's essentially, just imagine a big box that has some water in it and a fan that just blows into your house. That's pretty much it. And it gets the house pretty cool. Oh. And you never have to really worry about, like, mildew or mold or anything because the water gets, like, cycled through. Like, it evaporates into the air and shit because it's hot. Also, speaking of that, I learned that the way that so water from a certain distance is like concrete. The way that they do these, like, super high, world-breaking high dives is that they have a jet. They have a few jets at the bottom of, like, the pool or whatever, and it breaks the surface tension, so it's actually like water. And I thought that was that's very interesting to learn. Hydrophysics or hydrodynamics is cool as shit. I mean, it's just cool learning how shit works in general. Also, speaking of cool shit, the Barbie movie, which apparently is, like, really fucking, like, apparently is more political than Oppenheimer, which is insane. Or, like, more culturally political, if that makes sense. Since I've seen, like, the plot kind of explained to me by a buddy, since I was like, I'm not super worried about spoilers for the Barbie movie. I probably will watch it when it's out on digital, because I don't like going to the movie theater with it alone. Or in general, really. I wouldn't mind going alone. I wouldn't mind going to see a movie alone, but it'd have to be a movie, like, I'm excited for, or like an anime film, I'd go alone for sure. Because I feel like an anime film, you're going with a certain amount of people where you can expect a certain amount of activity. Going alone to a normie movie thing might be a bit, like, I don't know. I don't really know why I'm differentiating. It can be cringe either way. I feel like I don't know, some reason in my head, going to see an anime film just makes more sense to go see alone. I don't know. But oh, about the Barbie movie. Apparently it made its entire budget back on, like, the first day it was out, which is insane. It was like $150 million budget, and it's, like, already made over that, which is an insane thing. Punch that guy's head off. Oh, apparently I killed one with bleed? Maybe? Oh. I'll take that. Oh, there's some people. There's a tweet that I thought was really stupid because it was like, there's no Japanese people in the Oppenheimer movie. I'm like, okay. Oppenheimer is a Jewish American guy whose family was killed by the Germans, and he never went or, like, interacted with Japanese people. Like, why would it? It's a biopic about Oppenheimer. Why would it go into Japan or Japanese people? I know that Japanese Americans kind of got the shit because of the whole, you know, funny Pearl Harbor situation. But it's a biopic. You wouldn't expect, like, Abraham Lincoln biopic to go into the lives of slaves, right? I mean, the only on that subject of Abraham Lincoln, the only true story you need to know about him is a movie. If you want to watch a historically accurate movie about Abraham Lincoln, you gotta watch Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer. It's 100% based on true story. He really did kill all those vampires. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer is peak movie, peak cinema. We're all in the Emperor's dream. Yeah. Oh, one sec, gotta adjust myself in my chair. I'm recording, right? Yes, very good. Oh, oh man. At work today, so I go into the fridge. I expect it to be a normal day, right? Big mistake. Like 2 days worth of work was just not done, and I had to do all that by myself. And I wasn't able to complete all the stuff I normally do, like I wasn't able to sweep or mop, and I wasn't able to complete milk all the way before I had to leave. Now you could say, oh, but you could have stayed a few minutes over to finish it. No, I refuse. Oh, you know what? Speaking of being disappointed, so Universal Studios trimmed a bunch of trees that a bunch of picketers were underneath for like the writers and actor strike, and that's obviously, if you don't know, you can't trim trees that are owned by the city. That's a big no-no. And the city was like, hey, we're looking into this. And everyone's like, okay, cool, Universal's gonna pay some money. I was expecting a low ball of like 10K maybe. Like, you know, like there was like, what? This is like 20-something trees, so I was thinking maybe like $500 per tree. Sounds like a fair price to me. I mean, it'd be cheap for a billion-dollar company, but, you know, that's standard going rate, right? What am I stuck on? Oh, a wall. And you know what they got fined? Not $1,000, not $500. A grand total of $250. Oh, $250 per tree, you say? No. $250 flat. God bless. God bless. You truly love to see it. Like, wow, that is, it's laughably absurd how much protection corporations get. I mean, who said it? It was like, if the only punishment for a crime is a fine, then the law only applies to the poor, right? I'm actually gonna look up who said that, because I wanna. We're looking it up. Power of the internet at my fingertips. If the punishment for a crime is a fine, quote. Oh my god, it's from a Final Fantasy game. If the punishment for a crime is merely fine, then that crime only exists for the lower class. Final Fantasy. Which Final Fantasy, though? 19 Final Fantasy Tactics. Wow. I was expecting like Mark Twain or something. I completely forgot it was from a Final Fantasy game. I knew that it was from a Final Fantasy game before, but I completely forgot. Once again, Final Fantasy being based. I should play a Final Fantasy game. I've only ever like heard people talk about it, and and Cloud is cool. I watched a Final Fantasy movie. It was pretty good. It wasn't Advent Children. It was, I think it had Cloud, but it also had the Final Fantasy like 8 characters. I don't think that's Advent Children. It might have been Advent Children. I don't know if I finished it then. I really ought to watch Advent Children, I think. I feel like that's like a requirement as a human. Same with Lord of the Rings. I mean, I want to watch the Lord of the Rings extended cuts, you know what I'm saying? I missed. Alright, let's continue forward, shall we? I will let them have it. Ouch.
I don't think it's there now.
Medicaid station.
I think the bean hustler should take it. I hit him with an I'm G. I'm good for now. Alright, what was I saying? Oh, Final Fantasy, Advent Children, Lord of the Rings. I want to watch the extended cuts of Lord of the Rings, since apparently there's a lot like more comedic bits, and it's like a lot more. Although apparently they're really long, so it'd be half the time I have to like dedicate a day to, you know. That's fine. I enjoy. I can dedicate a day to watching a movie. I'm not super worried about that.
Yes, beloved, we're on the path. No, beloved, I don't think it's a good idea for them to wander.
Alrighty. We're almost at the end here. Just kidding.
Eliminating targets.
Yeah, stomp them. Oh, you know, I had something very confusing happen to me today, and it was like a minor confusing happenstance at the YouTube channel. Okay, well, one thing that's been happening, sometimes I get notification for comments, sometimes I don't, sometimes the comments on a video won't update unless I go to the video itself. It's like from YouTube Studio, it's so strange. But what happened today, so I uploaded a video yesterday called 1 a.m. ARM, which I recorded a few games of ARM with my friends, which happened at 1 a.m. Not all of them happened at 1 a.m., but you know, generally they happened at 1 a.m. They happened at like 12:30 to 2 o'clock in the morning. That was the time range. And before I uploaded to 2 p.m., as I said, secondary videos always go out first to members who can watch it from any time. Like as soon as they're uploaded, members can watch them if they want. Even if it's like at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m., when the video is uploaded. And I have one member, and he's a fucking homie. And I see you, and I appreciate you. And I see you, and I appreciate you. And I'm gonna read your name, because I remember it's a long name. I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna shout you out. Shouting out. It's, Polytone Zebra Guy. I almost said Polygon Zebra Guy. That was incorrect. Polytone Zebra Guy, I love you, and I see you. And I'll be hitting these emotes. But somehow that 1 a.m. ARM video had 4 views before, like 4 or 5 views before it released publicly, and I don't know if YouTube counts returning viewers, like, of the same day, so I doubt he watched that video 4 times. So, I guess the guess I'm making at this moment is that it was a time zone thing? Is that a thing? Well, no, because it says it uploads at like 2 p.m. PDT, you know? I'm just gonna throw this down. Oops. Perfect. Oh, it's still going. Now it's gone. So, but I don't know. Well, actually, no. It makes sense. Something that's at 8 or 2 PSE is going to be, like, probably already uploaded by, like, 12 in some other region. Never mind. Mystery solved. Woo. I think I exploded. Could you not shoot me with... Oh, dude, I've had such bad heartburn all day. Gotta get some Tums after this. Tums. Anyone else used to eat Tums like candy? I remember, like, my mom, she had them a lot when she was, when I was young. She still does have them a lot, but, like, at the time I was more interested in them. And she'd let me eat one every time I had one. Now, they don't taste so good anymore. But, you know, it is what it is. But also my mom used to do this thing where she tricked me. I thought it was actual legit magic. I had no explanation for it. But essentially, it was like a bath bomb before bath bombs. It was like a Crayola bath tablet. You can probably find them. Like, you can probably find them still. Where literally all it is just a water dye solution. Like a little chalk pod. You drop it in, it colors the water, it fizzles like a seltzer cap. I shouldn't have taken that. That's my bad. And it fizzes and it colors the water, and it was very fun. And I saw one of those one day on like a little counter in the bathroom, and I put it in my mouth, thinking it was like Tums, since I'd eat them like candy. And let's just say they fizzle on the tongue, and it doesn't taste good. I can tell you that now. And it was a silly moment I had. I was like, oh, Lord. But I did figure out that day that my mom was not magic, and I was lied to, and I sued her for fraud, and I won. I'm kidding. I would never sue my mom. I love her. I love my mama. Bitch.
There is nothing more to be doing here. Upload your data to the servo skull.
Follow the servo skull. Look at it go. Yeah, and to this day I still feel betrayed about that a little bit, not gonna lie. I gotta find those again. They're fun. Not that I take baths anymore. Not that, I mean, I took baths up till I was like 13 or 12 or whatever. I don't know why I was so against showers, but I had some like aversion to showers. I don't know why. But then it just got to the point where it was like, I just gotta take showers. They're quicker. I can think of one reason why I liked baths, and it's probably like some psychological trauma shit that I had as a kid, because it meant I didn't have to go out and deal with like my abusive grandfather at the time. But I don't know. That's unconfirmed, and I'll never go to therapy for it. But also, it got to the point where I couldn't fit in the bath anymore. It's hard to fit in anything when you're 6 foot at like 11, 12 years old, 10 years old. So, it is what it is. Wow, this final area is so easy on low intensity Shark Troop Gauntlet. Oh. Slice this guy. There's a few medicines that I always thought was a lot tastier before I got older, like Pepto-Bismol. Whenever I was given that because I had a really bad tummy ache, it never tasted as bad as it does to me now. If I ever take Pepto, I don't know if that's me getting older and my taste buds changing, or the government putting DNA microchips into all the medicine now. And I'm gonna say it's the latter because it's more fun. Whoa. Oy, 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 oy. Wait for the scribing process. I'm waiting. Are those indented or outdented? Oh, they're indented. I'm looking at the little, like, gripped things on the side of Bog's gun. Oh, I wanted it. Ouch. Oh. Oh, r/place is happening. It's fun to see all the pixel artworks from my. I was so glad to be part of the Dolly Bond, the DDGers, Destiny, my streamer puggers. I mean, r/place is always like a cool thing. It's always funny when there's like streamer beef that happens on r/place. It's like, okay, you're literally weaponizing your community. I remember there was like this one clip from the last r/place during it was at the start around the time of the Ukraine and Russia thing. Like some dude who's like a Russian simp was like, "Alright, community, we have to crush the Russian flag or like crush the Ukrainian flag or whatever." It was like NATO flag or something, and he just like 3, 2, 1, go. And a few black pixels popped up, and then they just got covered up again. And it was like, haha, get fucked, nerd. NATO based. Apparently the Balkans really love NATO, and I wasn't able to figure out why. I was trying to go down the rabbit thread, but it just seems like the Balkans love NATO. I can't figure out why. I mean, based, right? NATO is based. I'm globalism in the New World Order. I love it. Alrighty. If you made this funny video, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, or don't. I'm not your mother, but you better brush your teeth. Now have a good one.